Just a quick little PSA. We have two upcoming live shows. The live shows are on October 9th, 2021 for New York Comic Con, and October 17th, 2021 for DC Fandom. And both of those will be available on our profile on Spreaker if you go to bit.ly slash TMRPC. Again, that's bit.ly slash TMRPC. Welcome to Beware of Spoilers. I am Adam. Thank you, all of you, for the emails asking I correct this. So, here it is, a correction regarding my comments on Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Now, to clarify what I'm going to be correcting, I'm standing by my comments on on Venom, Let There Be Carnage. The movie's not good. The whole, I don't care about any of the characters. Venom as a character isn't interesting. Eddie as a character isn't interesting. Anne is not interesting. Dan is not interesting. Cletus is barely interesting. Shriek is barely interesting. And quite honestly, if they just did a 2-hour-long movie that was just natural-born killers, but with Carnage and Shriek, that would have been a lot better. And it's like you have a you have a playbook for how to do this movie and have it be good, and they just didn't do it right. So, honestly, I'm not going to change my thoughts on that. What I'm going to apologize for is misinterpreting the post-credit scene. The reason why that happened was, like I said in the review, I did not see the entire movie. At the end of the movie, the fire alarm went off. So I missed the last 10 minutes and therefore the post-credit scene. And maybe had AMC not played the dumb, at the movies, the pictures on the big screen, and they do 12 of those little things, because here's the AMC version, and here's the one that homages A-list, and here are 4 ads for Coca-Cola, and here's the one for Dolby Cinema that's specific to Dolby Cinema. And it's had they not done that, maybe I would have gotten through to the end of the movie and not had this issue. But I ended up reading what ends up happening at the very tail end. After I had left, in my car on my phone, so I was like, all right, I didn't miss anything. It's the questions I had was, did Carnage live to go on, and what did they set up for a next movie, and what was the post-credit scene? The description of the post-credit scene that I read didn't include key bits of information. And when I say key bits of information, I mean it did not include the fact that it appears that Eddie moved between universes. And that's, and there was a criticism I had, okay, this takes place in the MCU, in San Francisco. Why do Ant-Man and the Wasp not respond to a citywide lockdown manhunt over Carnage and Shriek being on the loose? It's kind of a weird thing, and it's one of those things where it's the other Marvel movies have kind of adjusted for this by, creative timeline placement and all these other things that happen. I don't and I was it seems like a little bit of an oversight, but it's very Sony to do this, where it's we don't care what's going on there, we're doing our thing, and everyone else be damned. And it's I was kind of annoyed at that, because it's especially if we're doing this where it's just going to be ending off where we, at the end of this, get to where we could have been from the beginning. A lot of that criticism still stands, but I can say that I can't criticize the movie for taking place in the MCU anymore, if that's where he's going to. I still don't think he's going to show up in No Way Home, Venom, that is. But really what this does is it creates a new issue, where it's at the very end of the movie, we're introduced to Toxin, who, a part of the symbiote, has gone into, Detective whatever his name is, who's partially deaf from his encounter with Shriek in the 90s. And, we look at this, and it's that happens but he goes to another universe now. So what does it all matter? Unless it's like, they're going to do Spider-Man and then Spider-Man versus Venom, then they're going to send them back and then they do Venom versus Toxin, which is like, in terms of scaling and in terms of interest, not the best way to go, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it feels like a wasted tag. And then when you hear stories of what happened in terms of dealing with the studio and dealing with Marvel and dealing with all these people, it was very hard to swing that post-credit tag happening. So, I don't know. I feel like that was not a good decision on their part. Maybe had they done Toxin first and then did Carnage, it would have been better. But a lot of my criticism still stands. But I did want to apologize for that mistake. I also wanted to apologize for the fact that I said that I was going to review Many Shades of Newark. Obviously, that's not happening. I have not watched the movie yet because yesterday The Long Halloween came on, and that's going to be on 30-minute reviews this week, part 1 and part 2 of Batman The Long Halloween, the newest DC animated entry. So we'll be talking about that there. So until then, we have this week, we have the finale of What If, and James Bond, No Time to Die, also this week. So until then, have a great rest of your week. Do you like the show? Do you hate the show? Are you indifferent to the show? No matter what, you should probably let us know what we're doing so we can change it to better suit you, the listener's needs. You can go to either bit.ly/BOScontact, which is a contact form page you can use. Also, you can just email us directly at 30minutereviews@gmail.com. If you have questions that you would like us to answer, we can answer them on the air. We have a few questions every week that will be selected to be answered on air. So if you want to tell us what we should do, or if you have a suggestion for a movie or a TV show or something we should cover, go to bit.ly/BOScontact, and also email us 30minutereviews@gmail.com.